hopefully you guys have had a good day. And that you were able to get to work, home, or your destination of choice with no hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, or misunderstandings. You know, you have no meet and greets. Just overall, right now, you're having a good day. You know. So for me, I'm heading to my appointment, and I called my mom already to let her know that I'll probably be calling her while I'm in the doctor's office, just in case they have, you know, certain questions about family medical that I may or may not be able to answer, but I at least let her know so she knows. She said she'll be at home, and you know, she'll wait on my call if I need to talk to her, or if they, you know, if I have a question about anything. Excuse me. So I was like, okay. So we're gonna close that on to some appointments and have this consultation and figure out exactly what it is that the doctor wants to do. If I'll have a upper or GI, or will I have a colonoscopy? I don't really know. I guess I'll find out when I get there, because other than that, I don't know. I think the last time I saw a gastrologist had to be in the 90s, like the late 90s, somewhere up in there. So it's been a minute, right? And let's see how this goes. Is this going into one lane or two lanes? I don't know. I haven't been this way down by the park to get toward the freeway in like a minute. So I'm lost. Like, all this looks brand new. You hear me? Even though it's not brand new. I guess because they have the fencing up and then narrowed everything down to 2 lanes. And you're looking like, okay, as long as I can get down by the freeway, I think I'm doing all right. Because from there, I know where I'm going. Okay, I need to get over a lane, because I will be going straight. And next week, I'll see the ENT pertaining to the lump that's underneath my neck right here. Because like right in here is real sensitive, tender, and sore and swollen, to where I can't fully turn my head around to the right. Like, say if somebody was coming, and if you tried to turn your head to the right to look, I can feel the strain like right there. And so then when I eat or drink something, it always feels like something is caught underneath my tongue. And so that's like a funny feeling. So I really can't wait to see the ENT, so he can look at this area. Can you see it? Right, like right in here. Like, not the double chin part for people. Like, you got a double chin. No, I mean this part that's protruding out. So we'll go from there. I just have a lot of appointments, you know, for different things this month. The ENT, the same week at the ENT, I had my appointment that I was supposed to have like last week. I rescheduled it till next week for my doctor's appointment and everything, when she wanted me to come back for my follow-up and everything after my physical. But I was tired, I was drained. I was like, well, I know this is TMI. Womanly things were going on, so I wasn't trying to be going to no office or anything else like that. I was cramping, and that pressure like was on heightened levels of so I was trying to go to the appointment. I rescheduled my appointment until next week. That's what I did. So to me, I can be in a much calmer state and not be agitated because, you know, cramps and pressure and bloating and things were, you know, especially the cramps, was getting to me. So I decided just to reschedule. So we're not that far from the doctor's office. Probably another 5 minutes if that, right? So it's not like it's going to be a long video. Just once I get to the doctor's office, I'll just have to pick it back up when I come out of the doctor's office. Maybe just work from there. Work it. So other than that, I watched a documentary. I watched a few documentaries again today. That's on Amazon. I watched Rollin The Fall of the auto industry, which is talking about, you know, how the auto industry in Detroit, or within the Michigan area, Detroit, Flint, certain other areas that the auto industry was in, how the drug epidemic came in and had a real major impact on a lot of people that worked at the auto industry. And then I watched I think it's something for the #1 spot. It's not competing. It's something for the #1 spot. But it's a basketball documentary from like the early, about 2005, 7, somewhere up in there. How these group of kids were prominent high school athletes that, you know, went to a basketball, I guess you can say, camp or tournament in order to, you know, hone their skills. But they did it at Rutgers Park, Rutgers Court, or basketball court that was in New York. So they had different high school basketball players, top basketball players from high school, come and compete at that there. And then I also watched what was it? It was another documentary that was basketball about Keifer Skyes. You know, how he was looking forward to going into the NFL. I mean, the NBA, not NFL. And things didn't turn out that way, even though he was a very good basketball player. Like, he was a good, you know, from high school to college. Went and tried out on several teams, but they end up, you know, even though he went to their training camps and things like that, and then practice and stuff, he sit up there and was like overlooked and passed. So at the end, he ended up playing in Korea for his basketball career. And so many of his teammates from high school were, I guess, died or were shot. and this is basically, it's called Chi-Town. That's what it's called. And basically some of his teammates were either, you know, shot, killed, in jail. His coach was shot by mistaken identity on his way of taking his daughter. The coach was taking his daughter to school. He said that, you know, he's been going that same route or whatever it was, taking his daughter to school for like the past 2 years when he was talking about it. And he said out the blue, he was in a rental car, and not his vehicle, because his vehicle was getting repairs done on it. And somebody just came up to the car, like pulled up to the car, and just started, you know, firing shots into the car, because they thought that the rental car that he had belonged to somebody else. That ended up paralyzing him, because he said it went through his back, through his vertebrae, and came out on, was it his left side, I think. And he said from there he didn't have any movement in his legs. So I was like, dang. And he said he covered his daughter's body with his body and everything. So I was like, that's so sad. And another one of his teammates got shot in the back or a few times or something like that. And he ended up being paralyzed. One of his teammates was in prison, another one died, and then his father passed, and it was just a lot of stuff within that 4 years. It just seemed like one thing after another between his friends or family or someone. It was just like a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, dang. So I watched that. And then I watched one other documentary right before I left work. It was a Prince, okay, an enslaved prince or something like that. I'll find the right name of it, and I'll put it all in like the description of the links for the different documentaries that I watched today. And if you're interested, go watch them. You know, you never know. You might like them, you may not. I have no idea if you're into documentaries or not. But, you know, that's what I did the majority of the day today. So, all right, let me go and get in this doctor's office. And I'm going to have to link up with y'all when I get out, okay? I'll talk to y'all when I come outside this building. All right.